Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please welcome back Talent Police Chief Tim Doney. Not in this role last time we talked. Good to see you.
No, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so it's good to have you back, and just recently named Chief of Police and Talent, and obviously we know you from MPD as a Deputy Chief. And so take us through the timeline. You were with MPD for how long, and then you went up to Springfield to become Chief?
Well, I've been in the criminal justice system for over 30 years, but starting in the timeline, I was hired at Medford Police in 1988, and I spent about 25 and a half years at Medford Police working a variety of positions and ranks and assignments that culminated with being Deputy Chief of Operations, and I left there in 2013 when I was selected as the Police Chief in Springfield, Oregon. So,
And you were there for a couple of years?
I was,
okay.
And I retired in 2016 out of Springfield, and the end game was to get back to the Rogue Valley, because while we were gone and up in the Willamette Valley, our family continued to expand down here in the Rogue Valley. And with the arrival of grandkids, we found that we were on the road quite a few weekends out of the month traveling down here to see them. So after I retired from Springfield, I worked on an annual contract with the High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Program, which is a federal law enforcement drug enforcement program that funds teams throughout the region, such as the MADGE team. And I worked there for a one-year contract, and ultimately ended up back down here in the Rogue Valley, which is where we wanted to be.
Okay, so tell us talent. Why talent? Is that just because you retired, you said, and then you
I did.
Then took a government job and now getting back into local law enforcement? What excites you about this particular position?
Well, I'm really excited about this position because it is a smaller town. I feel that we have a little bit more of an opportunity to connect with the community and do some proactive policing. I found that when working in some of the larger cities, there's such a volume of calls and caseload that as much as you want to be proactive in your approach to reducing crime and helping citizens, sometimes it's really difficult. And I found that in the smaller community, there's more opportunities to connect with the public and hopefully make a difference.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
All right.
Not much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Talent Police Chief Tim Doney. So we're talking about your familiarity with the area, obviously, but you grew up here as well.
I did. I spent about half of my childhood living in West Medford over on Orange Street, and the other half was out in the Upper Rogue. My family had a ranch out off of Lost Creek Lake, as well as property on the river, and I graduated from Eagle Point High School.
Okay, and we talked about family. You got a couple kids, and they're all in the area, so coming home and grandkids was obviously something that was important to you.
Right, we've got 3 kids in the area, and our grandkids are all here, and so it was important to get back. My wife's parents are also here, so we really missed the area when we were in the Willamette Valley. As I mentioned earlier, we were doing a lot of traveling on the freeway to see family, so it is nice to be back. It's not quite as expensive on the pocketbook for gas for the travel.
Sure, okay. And so we talked about the position, talent, and what excited you about that. What are your goals? What are your plans? I know you're, barely 2 weeks into the job now.
2 weeks into the job, and thus far I've been really impressed with the employees. I think we're fortunate to have some real dedicated employees that work really hard for the citizens of Talent, and I've been really impressed with the community itself. Met the folks at City Hall, met some citizens. I've really been impressed by the community involvement of the community itself. And as far as plans for the future, I think it's important for me not to come in and make a whole lot of changes. I plan to just kind of survey the landscape and see what the community expects and see what the employees expect of me as their chief, and we'll take it from there.
All right, it's good to see you. Welcome back,
It's good to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.